Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of a Stoneblock. Stoneblock 2, as a matter of fact. And we've made progress. So it's funny, I've made quite a bit of progress, but a lot of tedious progress that you guys wouldn't have watched anyway. Last episode we started doing fluid cows. I've almost basically finished fluid cows. And I will show you that momentarily. But let's look at the quest book. I have 30 quests waiting to hand in. These are all the fluid cows I've done. And I will show you, and I've done a handful more chickens that I've gotten. Yeah, I've gotten, I think it looks like all the chickens that are quests I've got made now. I don't have my Awakened Draconium chickens 10 yet. They weren't in here. Here they are. They've been going for a little bit though. So we can let them start going. And this works a lot, like when you do these with the acceleration wand, it doesn't actually take that long at all, which is why you can kind of bust out a chicken in like from nothing to 10 in less than 10 minutes. At least the ones that I'm at so far. But as you can see, I've got blood chickens, I've got regular draconium chickens, I got pig iron chickens, blah blah blah. I got a lot of chickens going on over here. I think I need to put more seeds in this probably. Not quite yet. Over here, what we did, so this all started, I was breeding some cows together and realizing there's a, a cooldown timer and all. And then when you actually do breed the cow that you want, look at all these cows. These cows need to die. When you do end up finally getting the cows that you want to get, you have to wait 20 minutes for them to grow up. And so I started looking at the mods and found the animal grower. And the animal grower is from Industrial Foregoing, and it doesn't work on these cows, it turns out. So it ended up being a bust. So I still have it here. It's still got the 23 wheat in it that I put in it when I started. It does nothing. I even put an acceleration card in it because it's funny if you take out the range add-on and show the range, it starts out as a 1x1 block. This was an easy one to make. It's a copper one, but it's tier 4, and it's way too big, actually. It extends way into that wall. You'll see these ones that are facing this way also have the same thing. This is completely unneeded at this point because it absolutely just isn't needed, because it doesn't do anything. But the same place has the animal feeder and the baby separator. So basically a baby separator I'll move the babies from. If I breed these two cows, it makes a baby, it'll move them over here. I need to turn this thing off, don't I? And the animal feeder, what it does is it automatically feeds any ready and willing animal in the area, which, and you'll see the working area of this same copper upgrade. But this is how big we're talking that this is. I really only needed a very small upgrade. And if I really wanted to be efficient about this, I would do a very small upgrade and just shrink the size. But I actually think I'm almost done with cows. I'm getting near the end. And so what this will do is it'll take two cows like I have in here. This one is an iron and a molten lead cow. And my goal for them is to breed them to make silver. And you can see I have a handful of silver ones in here. And it's because what I did is every 5 minutes it'll feed them. It'll breed them. Baby will move over to this side and wait to grow up, and I'm just sitting here AFK. So what I did pretty much the last few days while we've been on baby watch is I've been sitting here, getting some cows in here I wanted to breed, dropping them down, walking to the corner, walking away for a while, coming back, finding if I got the cow that I wanted, and usually I did because I would have this many cows that could go away for a couple hours and come back, and I'd slaughter all the ones I don't need and net the ones that I do need. So as you can see, I got lots of netted cows. So basically all I need to do right here is net you, put you guys away, and slaughter everything else that's in here. I already pulled the 2 silvers I needed from this breeding set, so I wouldn't forget. I need to clean this up. And you can even like double up on what you were doing if you had the right cows grown up and ready, because if you waited like a minute, as long as the breeding timers were off set, you could breed a couple of different sets of cows at once, because you'd have one that would, when the 2 sets would become, or one set would become ready to breed, it would breed them, and the other set would be sitting there with like 2 minutes still on the breeding timer, and 2 minutes later they would get bred, and you could kind of do more than one at a time, which made it a little faster if you wanted to be. So not quite done with this stuff yet, but you'll see what we're actually really going for with the cows, not just quest wise, but down here, which I'm getting close to. This is Liquid Death Cow, which I don't know what that means. There's a Vivid Alloy Cow, but there's an Evil Infused Iron. There's the Infinity Cow and Stellar Alloy. All these things that would be very difficult to get otherwise are there and available. So I will start breeding cows again in a little bit. I originally had gotten into all this clay loot chest. So the clay loot chests, let me remember what this is. Clay has in it the chance of getting what? A looting 3 and a sharpness 5. Such a pointless, stupid reward that I did not get. I like to open these up every so often just because they're here. An air charm. Walk on air. Sneak to descend. Right click to toggle on. Walk on air. Shift to descend. Oh. 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 Interesting. It does have a value. I'll tell you, my climbing gloves are no more. My climbing gloves have at some point gone bye-bye. Both of them have worn down to nothing when I was just standing here. I don't know why. I was standing in the middle of the room, and they wore down and are not able to be used anymore. Oh, this is a weird little bobble. I'm going to turn it off for now, but that's interesting. And then let's get this one. Pointless stuff. Sheep bait, I don't need you. I can make you. Gold, whatever. I have so much leather. My flux point, I do need my flux point. Get out of here, clay. Let that despawn. I do have this, which is a pink. I put a pink cow in here when I got him, and that was one of the first things I was going for, was the pink cow for the pink slime, because I wanted to get a stonework factory. And I realized that I cannot get a stonework factory. And what that does is it helps automate the... It basically turns in any auto hammers that you get down from the layers of, you know, the cobble to dirt to gravel. But it does it all automatically. But it requires a pink slime. And the only way to get pink slime is through getting pink slime and putting it in the world, and then hoping that you get a slime to grow out of it. So when I got the cow, I didn't do anything with it except for make him dump into here, but he's dumped in for me 393 buckets because I just had him sitting there while I was doing all the other breeding. So we'll see if that does anything. I also over here made this room. I used the builder. I had a flux point on here. I took it upstairs because I was doing something else with it. Not actually hard. I had to get a quarry shape card, or a cleaning quarry shape card. Told it to do a square. I was going to turn this room eventually into like this big factory area where I'm going to put a bunch of machines, but I'm not 100% certain on all the machines that I will need in the future. I'm trying to get to my AE system first before I can really have a setup around all this stuff. I put a chest over here with some of my reward stuff, the Induction Smelter, the Pulverizer, and the Redstone Furnace that I'm not sure if I ever need to set up based on what I have upstairs. But that was the intent of this room. And this room actually really set me back because I didn't know the way that this thing worked. It kind of started in the top and in the back, and I guess it works chunk-wise. And so I was sitting here at the ready. I turned it on, and I was like, okay, I'm going to sit here. It's a very long room, and I'm going to start spamming torches as this thing starts, you know, getting toward me. Well, it came from the other direction at me, and all of a sudden this wall opened up in front of me, and it was just this dark room, and there were so many enemies just tearing after me because it just opened up to me, and they all like basically instantly spawned because they were far enough away for me to spawn. I died a handful of times trying to get that cleaned up, but nothing too big. I had to get these ladders moved around since I don't have my gloves anymore. But what are we working on today? Oh, and I also moved this guy, the hopping bonsai. You guys were right. I didn't realize that this torch is what was actually causing the problem. I had moved it out here and just put it on top of this random chest in the middle because I wanted to see if it would work, and it did. And then I read the comments and you guys told me that this torch was what was stopping it, but I'm just letting it go here. I'm probably pretty much done with it. It's just kind of been running. I did break open a new room over here and put my sag mill because if we want to start working on AE stuff, one of the things I need to get into is growing crystals and all, which you guys saw that I was doing it last episode for just getting some of the basic stuff, the Fluix crystals. But this crystal growth chamber is something that really automates this process. And instead of dumping things into a puddle all the time, though I'll have to for a minute to get the required stuff, I want to make this, hook it up to my power system, and start going. And it's really not that difficult to make, except for the Emmy cables themselves will require a quartz fiber and some Fluix crystals. Quartz fiber needs some quartz dust of some type, and I had no other system to get me quartz dust, because I didn't have like I could set up the pulverizer or whatever, but I figured I'd set up the sag mill since it's Ender IO and just have it running because I want to get it upgraded as well. And I'm not sure if this is enough or if I will need more or what, but let's get this started. And then I'm going to need to get some of the general Fluix crystals going again just to get this this guy going. So I don't know how long this is going to take. Yeah, this is the basic sag mill, and I guess you really need to start upgrading your sag mills in here. So I need normal fluix crystals, which, remind me, are a Certus quartz, another quartz, and a redstone. Yeah, a Certus quartz, another quartz, and a redstone. I might need to get that stonework factory going quicker than I thought because... Okay, Certus quartz, charge, let's do normal, redstone, and quartz, right? And water. Let's get as many as I can for now. And hopefully this will be the end of having to really, to do this. Did that not actually get in there appropriately? Redstone, quartz, something not working right with this? Did I do something wrong? Drop one chart. Oh, charged Certus quartz. So it needs to be a charged Certus quartz. That's not good. Because I don't have that many charged Certus quartzes. I only have 3. And you guys did tell me, let's see, charged Certus quartz. So it's there. If I double click this, it'll show me if it's in the inventory. So it's highlighted there. Do I have it in any other inventories? 3 more. Okay. That's a start. It's still not good. And I need to get a lot more charged Certus quartz. So how do I... Can I make this in some way? Certus quartz crystal... You can get them from sieving dust. Loot chests. An enrichment chamber. Charges are going to be found in the world. It's semi-rarely. It appears similar to normal source course except sparkles. So I won't be able to do as many of these as I wanted to at the time. I will take the ones that I can possibly take. But I really do need to get the stonework factory going. Ah, look! Where'd he go? Slime obviously got out. He trampled my stuff. And then disappeared? Guess I gotta watch it a little bit more carefully than I thought I was gonna have to watch it because I assumed that it would... I assumed it would stick around. Let's do a handful of these guys. I have plenty of them. I just need to get... I'm gonna have to get the stonework factory in order to get things sieving so I can get more charged Certus quartz. Let me go look if I have any. Nothing's coming in from like the mob spawner or something, right? No, it's not. So that is unfortunate, but let's see what we can start up. There we go. Yeah, he jumped right on out of there, huh? Sadly, this thing isn't looting. I did get two things out of it. I'm surprised that they were able to jump out because they don't always drop something. I don't have any like looting or anything. I guess I gotta put them in the mob farm and let the looting work. Well, if that one builds, that one builds. So let's make the stonework factory. Or more than one if I need to. I need to find a place for it to get set up. Stonework factory. So I got that. I can get that easily. Plastics obviously easy. Furnace, machine case, or machine frame. I actually have some machine frames downstairs. Was it a tin gear, iron, and glass? Iron, glass, and tin? Yep, tin. Of course, I got way too much stuff that I need right now. But get rid of some of this stuff. Until I can actually organize this inventory a lot better when I get to my system. So, is this one? Redstone blocks, jungle planks. Doesn't really matter. I mean, all these are relatively simple to make, let's be honest. At this point. Yeah, there we go. So machine frame. What am I missing? The plastic sheets, the furnace, the iron. Pick. So here's the iron pick. Furnace and 2 plastic sheets, and then a bucket of water, bucket of lava. Wrong way. Hi, buddy. So now let's just go to this. Hold on, let's go to craft this. I forgot a crafting table. So once we get this thing up and running, I will go off camera and get my setup actually working, but I'll show you guys how this works in case you haven't seen it yet. So there we go. Stonework Factory. So what this does, I'll just put this over here in this room for now. If I put this down here, I can give it some power. I need to make some power conduits, so I don't have to use flux points everywhere. Give it some power, and it will basically take any cobblestone, which I'll probably need to grab one of my cobblestone gens, just push up to it. I still have some in the reward chest somewhere. There we go. I got 2 of them. Cobblestone gen. It should fill up, push up to... Put the flux point on it for the time being. Yeah, it'll put these up, and I can turn these either on or off in order for what to go furnace mode. Whoops, 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 whoops. Oh, God, this thing does a lot more than I thought it did. And I can basically make this go all the way through to silicon. I want that off, actually. So it takes this thing through all the way to dust. Get rid of this stuff. This is weird. So now it's going to start filling up this dust in here, and I can make a stop at any point that I want to and sieve whatever. Basically, I just need to make an auto sieve, which I haven't made one of those yet, have I? I don't think I've made the auto sieve yet. Yeah, auto sieve is just, oh god, easy stuff. Wait, what was that? Blocks of iron, and I had panes of glass right here, and I have sieves right here because I won't need them anymore when I have an auto sieve. So I make 4 of them in case I get a whole different like run of a setup going on here. Let's do that. You can only really make 1 of those apparently. There's my auto sieve, and that was a quest, and we can go put that over here on top of this machine, and I'll have to give it a mesh. Oh, and I'll have to... There's no way to push-pull from this thing, is there? No, I'm going to have to get a... I paused it. That was way too powerful. A node. I'm going to make some Ender IO cables probably off camera to get that thing set up. But right now I can get a transfer node, which I know I just made a bunch of those. So there we go. Get rid of that. And we'll get this thing working, so like that, and it should start filling up with sand. I need to make it a mesh of some type, find out what mesh is going to be best for the charged Certus quartz, and get going with there. So let me get that finished up off camera, get this cleaned up a little bit with some better cables and things like that, and we'll see you shortly. Well, all right, so here we go, everybody. This is what I have done in the last multiple hours since I stopped recording and left you guys off. Yeah, I know it's been a lot longer than I wanted it to be. I got caught up with some other things at home, but and this thing is actually a block off as well. I meant for this thing to be 1 more block to the right, maybe even 2 more blocks to the right, but I might just set these things back in the wall at some point because it looks a little odd. But I basically set up a stonework factory with an auto sieve that I apparently just fed some apples to speed it up. An auto sieve dealing with a diamond mesh. I found out I didn't look far enough on the dust, would just give me a higher percentage of getting the Char Sardis quartz. And I know I need to get some of this grains of infinity, which you get from sieving dust. So I have a filter set up in here to basically, you know, allow gravel to go in here and allow dust to go in here. I have everything going to this medium storage drawer just because I was looking at it at first and deciding what I wanted to keep. And I've set up these locked drawers and put in the things that I'm not getting from like my chicken system, or that I can't easily get from like my mob farm or whatever. So basically all the ores I'm just dumping. I don't need those ores anymore. So I'm just dumping them into the garbage, and I have the, you know, the priority set to, if it's not going in one of these drawers, it goes to the garbage. And I'm leaving some open spots for if I need to sieve, you know, some sand to something different or some dirt to something different. I have some open spots to do it in, but these are the items I'm not getting from elsewhere. And I do have 160 Char Sardis quartz sitting down here, and then regular Sardis quartz up there. I've gone through and made a couple things. I did need to use my alloy smelter, which I didn't think I was going to need to use for that conductive iron, because the conductive iron was needed to make energy coils, which I didn't realize how far behind the 8-ball I was on getting the energy coils instead of just using one of these. This is the lowest tier energy coil, or energy conduit, and I still didn't even have the material being made in chickens yet that needs it. I can get the higher tiers with the right chickens, I just don't have them yet. So I did this for now, and I just put in some stuff to get the conductive iron ingots to make the basic level. And I got my quartz smashed up through here in the sag mill, and I had to put down an induction smelter. And I don't remember what it was I needed to induce, but I think it might have been this quartz glass that's in my hand, but I've got some quartz glass. So either way, let's go through and get some of these quartz fibers. So I got these quartz fibers in order to make a growth chamber. I need these cables is what I'm looking for. So this thing right here. And basically, look at this. I got a bunch of fluix crystals. That's a lot of fluix crystals. Do I need that much? There's a furnace in here for some odd reason. Let's just make that. A stack should be enough for now. I'm sure I will use more, but I will get a stack for now. And we can now go forward, hopefully, with this. I've made some fluix blocks out of what I already had. And we should be able to make 6 of these. No, I need iron ingots. Of course, I need iron ingots, of all things to need. Oh, I did get some Invar smelting up in here. Sweet. I need to actually get this. Let me take this guy. I have blocks of Invar. I thought I had done this right. 16 blocks. I need blocks of Invar. Let me get this thing going to get me Invar. As like Invar is something I need to get the a lot of the circuits. Was that timer really something? If I destroy, it goes away. It seems to have been something that's the case on. So that was unfortunate. Didn't realize that as I was breaking it, but timer. Oh, that's a redstone clock. Is this one easy to make? Eh. What did I have before? This one looks easy to make. What's the one that I have that I just had? I don't see that one. There it is. This is actually a little bit harder to make. I kind of want to make the this one right here now, just because for one that looks easy, and for two, I'm curious, does it work any better or worse or whatnot than I already have? So let's check it out. Because I have to make a new one anyway. And there we go. Maybe I might not just be able to set this one. Yeah, it looks like you can't actually set anything on this one. It just kind of does its thing. I mean, it'll work for now. It'll start getting me the blocks of Invar that I need, so that's fine. But in the growth chamber, we can actually make... Oh, the iron. I still needed the iron. So we'll grab that. I can do this in my inventory. And let's see. Can I make 6 of these guys? I can make 6 of those guys, which is exactly what I need, which is a quest. And then it should be another quest to make this, which I need a chest and a hopper. And I probably have both of those. And I'm pretty confident I at least have a hopper. There's like a handful of hoppers in one of these. There's an anvil. I ended up making another anvil because I couldn't find one, and I just saw it in my other chest, so... Here's a hopper. I'm going to put that back there. I probably don't have a chest on me. I used them all to make drawers for that system. And we can go boom, boom. Perfect. And then this should be a golden, the Crystal Growth Chamber, which is quest complete. And I can go put this thing over. I'll put it in line with this stuff if I wanted to. For now, let's just put it here. And it should get... That doesn't even need power. Oh, it doesn't even need power? This thing is too powerful sometimes. If this doesn't need power, I'm just going to put it in the corner and see if it works. So, just out of curiosity, if I took, now that I have so many of these, I'm going to take a stack of these guys, put them in here. Granted, they shouldn't do anything yet. Not only do they grow the small seeds when I need the pure stuff, but they should, I believe, be what is required to get the Fluix crystals in general. I think you can do that in the same chamber as long as you put all the ingredients in there. So let's find out. And maybe I was incorrect. Charged Certus Quartz, Redstone, and Nether Quartz. Maybe I was wrong in that assessment of what I thought I could do with this thing. Or maybe it needs power. And you know what? It probably needs Emmy power, which needs an energy acceptor. I mean, let's try this first. I kept my stuff in there. It's not doing anything with it. I'll look at that in a minute. But I have it. I have the machine. It's just a matter of if I know how to get it power or not. So, in the meantime, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, why am I holding on to all this random stuff in my inventory, all these quests, without doing them? Let's do them now, because they might help me get things for this ME system. Boom. So what did I get? I got Chance Cubes, Ultimate Upgrade Speeds, Epic Bacon, Black Lotus, Phantom Faces, 64K Emmy Storage Components. 4 of them. That is fantastic. That is kind of what I was looking for. Here's another Emmy drive. A simple sag mill, capacitors, upgrade speeds, climbing gloves, blocks of insanium again, torch launchers, a silk touch chance pendant. Nice. I don't have one of those yet, I don't think. Diamond tier, cobblestone invar, compressed nether star block. I don't need... this is 9 nether stars, and I don't need those anymore. I mean, I have a system to get me those. But, in the meantime, we will put all this stuff in here. I'm sure some of it, like that. Simple sag mill. I don't need 4 simple sag mills, but I have 4 simple sag mills at this point. I do want to put on this silk touch pendant. I think it makes it so I can... Do you have to put it in a certain pendant spot? Oh, wait. Apparently you don't want it there. No, in this one. That's weird. Oh, that's just my offhand. How does this work as a pendant then? Use this pendant to retrieve chance cubes. Oh, this is just to get chance cubes? Yeah, remember that problem we had before with the chance cube? Who knew that I would eventually get something that was going to let me take care of that problem? I will get the 64K storage drive stuff going. I want to get rid of not this hammer, my Invar hammer. Put those hoppers back, put the chicken stick back. I will keep some of this stuff. I don't need that for now. And get that out of here for now and that out of here for now. Because, in the meantime, let's take a look at a new quest for all that, which is kind of amazing. Because I got the CD-ROM, make an Emmy drive, which I got 2 times diamond tiers. So now I can go make the Emmy Controller and start making the 1K, 4K, 16K, and 64K storage cells. But first I need to make the Inscriber. Craft an Inscriber. Apparently I crafted an Inscriber. Where's my Inscriber? Didn't realize I had already done this. There it is. Boom. If I were to make... Where am I going to put this system? I kind of want to put this system when all is said and done, downstairs in that big room that I made. In the meantime, I think what I want to do is dig this wall out some. And I'm going to put it over here in this corner. Just for now. Like, this is going to be my way to access this stuff. And close that up. So I want the inscriber I don't necessarily need in the corner. But the inscriber I can put here. I'm probably going to need multiple inscribers at some point. But these things need to go. Sometimes it's just too powerful, man. Sometimes it's just too much. There we go. But let's say, so I need to make the presses. So this guy, the inscriber calculation press is made in an induction smelter. Oh, that's what I need the induction smelter for. I got it set down and I'm ready because I need to put a block of invar with a Certus quartz. This needs a block of invar with a diamond. This needs a block of invar with gold. And this other one needs a block of invar with silicone. And that's why I was getting these blocks of invar going, which I have 9 of them for now. I only need 4 of them in the induction smelter. So this is an easy way. Normally you have to get this stuff from that's weird. Normally you have to get this stuff from meteors, but obviously they make it in this pack so that you don't have to do that. I thought I had gotten some of this stuff ready, so I need this. Let's start with this one because I don't even know how long this takes. Why will this not go in this induction smelter? What am I missing here? Metallurgic flux site locked. So I do this. This needs to be an induction smelter. Put a block of invar and a charged Certus quartz. Or no, regular Certus quartz. Or in a calculation press with a block of invar makes a calculation press, which does not make any sense. Induction smelter. Induction smelter. Am I missing something here? Can I change this? Okay, so it's no longer locked. Oh, that was weird. It was just some weird setting on this thing. So here we go. A calculation press. I need a diamond, a silicone, and what diamond, gold, and silicone. So let's run over here. Gold, diamond, silicone. Let's wait for the lag spike to go through. Run all the way back over here. Gold, diamond, and silicone. Those are going to be all my logic presses, which I will need in these 4 different inscribers. And that should be a good chunk of quests complete as well. So let's take the look at these. Invar hammer, of course it is. More climbing gloves. I mean, I am out of the climbing gloves, so that's kind of helpful. Another forged lexicon and an entity detector. So nothing very good there. But now we need to make the Emmy Controller. And let's remember what's involved with the Emmy Controller. That's the Futura block. So the Emmy Controller needs 4 of the pure Fluix crystals, and that's not, you can't change anything about these. So to get these, I need the Fluix seeds. To get the Fluix seeds, I need to go a Fluix dust with sand. So to get Fluix dust, I can put it in a pulverizer. Should be able to put it in a sag mill or a crusher. So I need to take these Fluix I have. And this is my sag mill. Boom. Let's put in a handful of these into the... I'll put 4 of them in there for now. I'm going to go put some of these rewards away. So I need to get a hold of sand, which I didn't realize I needed to do. Get that away, that away. Oops. Still trying to keep these things somewhat organized if I can. My flux point. There. Conduits are good. These are going to go somewhere soon. These I will need at some point soon. And let's go grab some sand real quick. What did I do? 4? And let's see if these things are going to work right. So there we go. 4 Fluix dusts. Let's do this with those 4. So I got 8 total Fluix seeds. Now I guess this will be the test. Those are not growing. So I do need, I believe, what is called an energy acceptor for Emmy. Energy acceptor. So yeah, this thing will just some quartz glass, some iron. Oh, that's easy. I think it converts whatever it is that you have energy wise. Where did I put that quartz glass? There it is. And iron. I have plenty of all this stuff, so I can actually make this right away. So let's just make this. Boom. This will convert the RF into what I need it to be for this particular item. The Emmy Storage or whatever they call it. So if I were to go, I guess I can just put it here and then put this on, not a black hole unit, excuse me, this thing on top of it. There we go. So now you see it's blinking, it's got power. See, look, it's converting these to my Fluix crystals, and these things are growing. Normally, this is something that takes a long time. You have to surround a water block by multiple, like, of these growth accelerators and things like that. And this just puts it into, one easy to do block, and these will eventually become the pure Certus quartz. And as you can see, it actually converted my quartz and all that stuff, quartz and redstone and all that into this as well. I bet you I could have acceleration wanted it too, and I just didn't even get the chance to because I got the pure crystals right away, which is nice. But so if we go to the Emmy Controller, I should be able to make this thing, except for Skystone blocks, which is Skystone small bricks. Hold on. There's got to be another way. Skystone. Okay. I have Skystone dust. Skystone dust in a lava bucket. So that'll be Skystone dust in a lava bucket. I need 4 of those. I need an engineering processor, which is an engineering circuit with redstone, engineering circuit and printed silicon. So this is Inscriber engineering press with a diamond. And a silicon press with a silicon. So this is kind of where it's going to come in a lot handier. An engineering press with a diamond. I'm sure I'm going to need a lot of these. And this is probably going to need power too, I think. Pretty sure. Let me just go see. It's going to need a stack of diamonds. Because in theory, this thing is like... boom. Yeah, clearly that's not going to do anything. Will this hold my inventory? This one will not hold your inventory. I can go put this right in front of this this item right here for now until I get things organized, but it should power it if I put it here. Yeah, here we go. It's going. Oh, and unfortunately, though, it is one of those ones that... Can it stack on the output? Yeah, so it can stack on the output, but it just needs an input of something that's not good. So, can't say not good. It just doesn't take in an input. I have a hopper. I think I can do a hopper on this and speed this thing up a little bit. There we go. Got a hopper. Just for the time being. If I were to go like this, then put in diamonds. Is it not going to take that in? It is apparently not going to take that in. How about if I went like that and then put in diamonds? There we go. So now they'll go in here. So I can get a bunch of engineering circuits if I wanted to. What did I say? It was silicon press with silicon. So let me go get some silicon. I should just let one of them run for a while and get more. And then at some point, I should set up multiple presses. But once I get my AE system actually up and running, I should be able to automate this process. I should be able to. I say it like that because I should be able to. So let me just put that in there for now. And I'm going to take this out, and this is the silicon press. So that's going to start siliconing that. And let's see what else did I need for this. So it's the engineering, the silicon, and a redstone when all is said and done. So I can take these. I'll let it do a third one. And then we'll call it done. And then this is kind of funny because it's just... I bet y'all need more of these. And a redstone? Yeah, there we go. Let's just get another one of these going because I'm sure I'm going to need them along the lines. I'm sure that's not the only thing that you make them for. But we can take that, and now I can go over here. I might be able to make the Emmy Controller. Besides the sky... Oh, it's the lava in the... with the skystone dust, right? Wrong way. And then skystone. I knew I was going to need the skystone for something. Four. Okay, got the 4 of these. And Emmy. How do I not have a skystone block? Skystone. Does this smelt this? I do, I guess. Turns out those aren't worth anything. The beef. I thought the beef was going to be a good meal, but it is not. So Emmy Controller. So I actually have an Emmy Controller. So what I really need to do now is, can I make another energy acceptor real quick? But I don't want to take that other one offline. So I can make another energy acceptor. Excellent. Because if I'm going to put this stuff over here, I want to put this here with a flux point, which I just put one of those over here. Flux point. So this should be getting energy. I should be able to Emmy cable like this. And if I put the energy, so that is a block that's working. Will it work just right next to it? It will work right next to it. So I now have an Emmy Controller. I need to make, what do I have? A 64K. I want to get all these other quests, but I want to know if this and, what did I have? 64K storage component. And I use this for what? Ooh, crafting and Emmy storage housing. I need to make this, the Emmy storage housing. Oh, I can do that. Where are we at again? I do need to get this out of here. This out of here. I do want to make this as well, but just for now, just because this is here. See, I can make that, and I can make this with one of these, because that'll just get me started with an Emmy system. Can I put this right in this drive? I have a green light. I need a terminal. I would love a crafting terminal, which is going to take the Emmy terminal to start, as well as a calculation press. Oh, annihilation cores and formation cores. And illuminated panels. This looks pretty easy to make. I think those annihilation cores are going to be what are going to... I really would like to get the system up and running before I end this episode. And then I can work on getting it better off camera. So this terminal logic is a printed silicon and a printed logic, which is gold and a logic. Let me go deal with the gold and a logic. I have a silicon already. So boom, gold. Gold and logic. So I need this silicon. I put the silicon ones away, didn't I? And then a piece of redstone again. Those cores are going to take something similar as well. I remember that. I just don't remember exactly what they take. Nice silicon. So you see this messy inventory? This messy inventory is going to be gone very, very soon. Well, wishful thinking. But we will get there. So that's a logic circuit. Annihilation cores need a logic. And these need a logic. So I need more logics. I should have Fluix dust still. And if not, I can just dust these guys up. Gold. These logics are going to be like, this is going to be one of the first things we're going to need to teach this thing how to do. These are logic, right? Yeah, logic presses in that. So put these in there. I'll need more silicon with the silicon. One more, baby. Well, and I probably could, again, speed this thing up that I just didn't do. Oops. I meant to put that in there. And then go like this. Huh, it's not speeding it up too much, huh? I might just draw too much power. Yeah, I think it draws too much power. Oh, yeah, and this only goes one at a time. That's kind of annoying. At least you can shift click into it. That makes it a little bit easier. And the fourth one. And so I need at least one annihilation, one formation core. Make sure I get into this right menu first so I can at least. So Fluix dust and the Certus quartz. Regular Certus quartz. Nope. Not regular Certus quartz. Charged Certus quartz. Thank God I have that coming in now. I'll take 2 of those. Thank you very much. I'm going to put these 4K or these 64K Emmy storage cells back for the time being. Go also to annihilation core. Just need quartz. Okay. Annihilation core, formation core. Close these up. I got the logic press. Do I really need a bright illuminated panel? Dark, bright, illuminated panel. Is there an illuminated panel? What do I need here? 2 glowstones. This will give me the crafting, or the not crafting terminal. The, oh, Jesus Christ. I hate when you just don't click the button to be in a 3x3 crafting grid in here. Illuminated panel, there we go. Got 3 illuminated panels. So now we should be able to make this guy, which is just an Emmy terminal. For the time being, let's just throw these redstone torches. And what does it actually take to make a crafting terminal? A calculation press, which is a printed calculation circuit, printed silicone circuit. Okay, for now, let's just, for the sake of this, let's put it down. Make sure it does everything I need it to do. Go back and pick up what we left off. not the aluminum panel, this guy. And we have a storage system that's up and functional. Give me this. And we are going to make this thing be a crafting terminal. Oops, because I started typing in some other things. The crafting terminal, which just means I need a workbench and a calculation press, which is calculation circuit, which is the calculation press, which with pure Certus, which I have. I mean, this stuff's easy. The way this pack is, I calculation with pure Certus. Pure or charged? Hold on. Pure. So I can grow that again. What is pure Certus? Certus quartz dust. Oh, sorry. Certus quartz dust and sand. And again, I need to get sand. It's a lot of little running around, but once I get this thing up and running to where I have a crafting terminal, I can start putting things together and arranging things in such a way that I can get, well, it was only 3, I didn't realize that. So let's get rid of that. Put you in here. So those should grow up the exact same way, which is good. Yeah, because then I can go through and make the 1K, 4K, etc. off camera, because, I mean, not that you've seen the whole process, but I can get that thing filled up with some other storage components. Maybe make a 64K crafting thing. I'm not really 100% certain, but I have other things that I can do to make sure that this thing will be up and running, that I don't need to deal with all the craziness that's going on here. Okay, so we got, get rid of you, put you in here, because I just need the one for now. I do need a piece of silicon. I have to get all these things interfaced in to the system so I can actually see them all. So I don't running back and forth and all over the place every time. I wonder if I can use phantom faces for that. I do wonder if I can use phantom faces for that. Silicone and a piece of silicone. And then just those two with a piece of redstone. And that should be most of what I need. Ironically, I'm afraid to put these presses for now in here while I make the crafting tables. Any type of crafting table. Stone, wood, any of the like. Let's go classic. Just because we can. I just tore through that wall. And now we can make this. And now it's a crafting terminal. And I have to put back up my Emmy cable. And if I go like this now, I can literally search for, not a logic press per se, but like a growth. If I look for the growth accelerator, I could make it right in here with stuff if I had it in my inventory. And start making patterns and crafters and all that stuff. So I now have a system that I can start storing these items into. Wow, I don't want to put the diamonds and stuff in there because I want them to link, but I now have a functional AE system, and I can really start cleaning up this mess of some of the items that I have in here, and that feels damn good. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this episode, and stay tuned for next time. I'm going to take on the AE system a little bit more, try to get things reorganized in this base a little bit better. Right now it's actually not too bad. I might wait for the full reorganization until I get to EMC production and Project E stuff, because right now I can just use interfaces or whatever to interact with the inventories here and the inventories for my mob farm and the inventories for my chickens and things like that without having to deal with really rearranging too much yet. I might redo the chickens. I'm not really sure. And I'm going to come a little bit farther with the cows probably. But so far, so good. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.